Coming in at $450 is Garmin's Instinct 3 Solar. It's the 45 millimeter version. There's a 40 millimeter and then a 50 millimeter that has an AMOLED screen. And I love this watch a lot. It is quite big on my wrist, but you know, that's okay. I want to be able to see the screen and press the buttons easily, so I don't want something smaller. Now this watch comes with a silicone watch strap. It's fine. I just don't like it. I prefer nylon, so I bought the official nylon strap from Garmin. I think I may have actually gotten it on Amazon, but it was made by Garmin. And for me, this is the way to go. I work out in it, I sweat a ton, and then I wash it and dry it, take a shower and put it back on. It's a really simple, good process. I've seen some chatter online about this orange ring, and I'm not gonna be able to change many people's minds here, but I'm gonna try. This is actually a really cool accent. I do wish it were all black, like a tactical edition, that would be rad, but it's really not bad. And Garmin has some official straps with that same orange color accented through the strap, and those look really cool. I've never had one in person, so maybe that would be different, but at least in the images online, I think it's a cool contrast. What would be really awesome though is if you could remove the top and change the ring color. That would be cool. You would then have challenges though, because there is some colored, orange colored strips on the inside that you wouldn't be able to change. So if they'd made all that black and then the ring changeable, that'd be a really cool touch. But here we are, and I don't think it's the worst thing in the world, but yeah, that's just me and maybe a few other people. This is a MIP display. It's part of the reason I was attracted to this watch. I'm trying to get off of the iPhone and I switched to Casio, picked up a G-Shock GMB 200, loved it, awesome watch, but it just didn't have enough going for it in terms of features. And it was a very slow interface. You couldn't customize it and it didn't have solar charging. So I thought, man, what else is out there that has a MIP display, solar charging, a backlight that can be used anytime you want without too much concern about the battery life. And that's when I found the Instinct 3 had just come out, or was about to come out rather, so I ordered it. And yeah, $450 it's a lot of money for sure, but you're not just getting a more fancy G-Shock. You're actually getting a full-on smartwatch in here with health features, notifications that you can really customize, by the way. So the way I have mine set up is that while I'm working out, so by the way, you press the GPS button, all this can be modified. You press the GPS button in my configuration, and then you can pick the exercise that you want. I most of the time do HIIT workouts, and then you can customize the display on here too. But during any workout, I do not get notifications unless it's a phone call. So if I'm at the gym and my kids are at school, if the school is calling me, I want to know. But they're not going to text me. They're not going to email me anything urgent. So other than that, I don't care, right? Do not care. I can just zone out for an hour and focus on working out. So I have mine customized here where it has my current heart rate zone. And this is funny because it's not on my wrist. Let me just put it on real quick. It'll stop doing that. Okay, so I have the current time of day. Right now it's searching for my heart rate. and therefore it'll give me my heart rate zone and then the timer. So I can do multiple rounds. And again, you can customize this a lot. I don't know all the different settings that are available, but it's pretty cool. So yeah, you got your heart rate, which is a little elevated right now. Normally it's a lot lower. And then you can see if you wanted to, how many calories you've burned, and then time of day, and then right back to it. And there's a backlight option. You can disable that. I have mine enabled because I'm just not too worried about the battery for good reason. This has a 40 day battery at full charge. And we don't need that. Let's just discard it. And of course it charges as well because it's a solar powered watch. So that's one of the things I was looking for, as I mentioned, when I was coming off the GMB, is I wanted something similar with a MIP display that was big with a backlight, but also, solar charging. So yeah, no worries about the battery life. Sometimes during the daytime, after, several hours of being out and about, just running errands, driving with my arm, this is my left hand. So I drive on the left side of the truck, and this will get a lot of sun. So sometimes after being in the sun for a few hours while I'm driving, running errands, or I'm in the backyard doing some stuff or reading or whatever, I'll get like half a day of battery back, or maybe more, which is really cool. But I don't rely on that. That's a backup feature. I know a lot of outdoor enthusiasts probably be interested in that. Just I would say don't expect that being out in the wilderness for like 3 days, you're gonna just retain all of your battery. I think you're going to lose at least some of it. But I don't know that for sure because I've never tested it in that regard. You can change the data on the screen. It doesn't have to show your steps or the sunset, sunrise. There's a notification. You can change a lot of different things here. There's some built-in watch faces that you can grab. There's a Garmin Connect application where other people can post watch faces and you can build your own, all that kind of stuff. But I like the way this basic one looks, and I barely customized it. I've just changed the bottom data set. Now this top data set, it looks pretty barren, but this little sun icon, this is showing you how many lumens of solar charge, I think I'm saying this right, have been captured by the watch. I haven't left my house. It's 9:30 in the morning. I've been working. I took a short break to film this video. So no lumens have been captured yet, but you'll see it spike up during the day and you might see the battery increase. So 24 days is the battery currently, battery remaining, like 55% battery. Now, if you double tap the light button, a flashlight pops up. And this to me is, actually, it might be my favorite feature of the entire watch. And then you'll notice that the battery life estimation changes to 4 hours. And if you want to, you can change the intensity of the light just by pressing up and down after you've enabled it. All right, see how it changes to 2 hours now because it's brighter, but I keep it right there, which is just perfect for me around the house during the evening time. Or sometimes I'm out at night for a walk or something, and I just need to see what's going on. I can double tap that. It's awesome. You may have noticed that this display, like, it seems to get brighter here and there. There's a built-in backlight. So with a timer, so you can customize all of that, like what causes the backlight to turn on, like flicking your wrist, for example, when flicking your wrist matters during the daytime, like when that will enable the light and how much brightness there will be, or you can just press the light button one time and it will force the backlight on. There are so many different ways to customize this thing. It's a bit overwhelming. You know, holding down the GPS button will start to acquire satellites, or holding down the set button. This is for your heart rate, instant heart rate. There's the weather, current sunrise, sunset. If I press set and menu at the same time, it'll take me back to the home screen. Even if I'm in the middle of a workout, it will do that. So yeah, a number of different ways to customize this. It's really a pretty great watch. So yeah, I'm not a fan of the custom or the original straps. So I went with this nylon strap from Garmin, which feels a lot better. Just, you know, wash it, dry it, and put it back on. It's a great way to go. Yeah, so like I'm not using the full smartwatch capabilities, so I don't want that. And I'm not using the full like outdoorsy ruggedness capabilities because that's just not my lifestyle. But for me, this is just hands down the most fun watch I've had. I wish it were thinner, truly. I get it. It's a very thick, big satellite dishy watch, but you could get the 40 millimeter if that's a concern of yours. And if you just don't like transflective MIP displays, backlight, solar charging, you could go with the AMOLED version, but at that point, it's $500. You might want to just consider a different smartwatch, and Garmin has others. I just don't know much about them. So anyway, I hope you found this helpful, and yeah, see you on the next one. Cheers.